Hi guys, Yolan here. Today I'm back for another video. I'm gonna play. I should have lead the river. Yeah, I should have lead for a small size. I checked too fast. What a great start. Anyway, hope you're doing great. I don't know if you will see this video after the introduction of Poker University. If you're interested to have private coaching and a full course at a affordable price for the start, you can check the link in the description. Let's focus on the video. So 9-7, I'm going to check. And I'm gonna bet the turn now. This is a big mistake to check because the ace is a very good card for me, and they both check so fast that I'm not gonna have flushes. Plus the fact is that just check call makes them like not on flushes at all. And this is a very specific and I'm gonna play against this guy specifically because I played on other videos against him, and he just doesn't have a flush here. This you should fold all the time in spots against absolutely everybody, but again, this guy facing a raise just not fold. Now I can just jam and he will fold his lower flushes for sure. Push if he has one, but as I say, he doesn't have a flush, this guy specifically. He's mostly gonna have like, I don't know, like, he's just gonna have like an ace or something. Anyway, I should just not play like this. It's really not the best end to start the video. He will also often bet, but despite it, the fact you play freeway makes these spots like a clear fold on turn. The only thing is, I play against a guy just do completely random stuff, and people who do random stuff could have flushes in this spot, but the thing is it's way less likely because there's a super high chance he's just gonna bet his flushes, and with that in mind he's gonna have too many two pair a6 king 10 queen 10, and the reason why I want to raise because there is also a super high chance he's just going to re-raise on the turn with his flushes. So when he calls, he has a weaker holding that will fold the river. Yeah, and there's a lot of river cards like a diamond, for example, that can help me because again he doesn't have that much queen of diamond. He's gonna fold them in the river. So I will not play these hands like this against 95% of people, but again, this guy, it was the best line for me, as the most of flushes will actually go either the free bet on the river, on the turn, sorry, it will just always go on the bet on the turn. So like, the amount of money I can take when I min raise and jam is too high for me not to take this move. King 6, free bet here. I can teach, I teach timing tell in the monitoring also. And usually, can I say it without saying too much thing? Jack the stuff. I could have limped here against Rickshon player. Always a fold obviously, but Rickshon players under free bet from the big blind, which means you can open more and do a lot of mistakes post flop. Doesn't mean you need to open Jack this off. It's probably better limp. Yeah, I mean it's just like I had access to like some data regarding timing tells, and tank small blinds usually a bit weaker. Which doesn't mean I'm going to free bet everything, but every hand's mixed usually. When it's tank, I'll tend to free bet more. Jack deuce here. You can bet turn here. I like to check honestly, because I feel he will tell me his end on the turn anyway, and on the river can be easy for me to realize. I think he doesn't have many 9x that check flop, check turn, so he's mostly gonna have like a weak pair or something. I'm just gonna bet a blind here and try to make a call by like 7-5 suited, for example. He raise. I don't like the size. I don't like the raise. I'll just fold. I think it's too many stronger hands by a Rickshon player, especially this timing. Pocket 9s on 5 reduce. He decided to bet small. I don't think we can fold at all here. And on the turn, let's see what he does. It's extremely uncomfortable spots, I would say. I don't think I'm allowed to fold. I think calling is still profitable, but that's like very close. And if he jams, let's look like aces with clubs super often. I don't think he has queens, jacks. I think it's size up flop. I need to win like a quarter. I think I have to call. I don't like this spot, but it's a call. Yeah, typically this type of hands. I think the only street we can realistically fold is the river. I think turn fold is like absolutely impossible because of the sizing of the flop. Recreational players will just tell you their hand extremely often on the flop, and I don't think he will one-third anything else than aces, especially given the fact that an ace is a good shot. So Queen 5 is actually a fold in this format. Sounds quite surprising, but the rake is super high because of the bomb pot like this. So this is not a call. But I will often play like if I play a normal format, so it's easier for you. Pocket 3 should be a mix between raise and call, mostly call, like raise low frequency. So yeah, I think it's fine to call. Turn and the river is very unfortunate, I would say. But I expect the fish to have too many, like, I don't know, random ace king or like aces, no club. And as I said, for me, in my perception, never have kings, never have queens, jacks, and tens, so I kind of have to call. Just unfortunate spot. So this sizing, usually they're not that strong, but I don't like the raise in the spots. Usually, a good tips I can give you is when people do this, on the river especially, not on the turn, they're massively underfold. The river bets in position small, like just following a call extremely often. So I'm basically never bluffing the spots because I don't have the availability and the certainty in game that my play will be great, given the that as I have. The fact to move in average is not that great, and since my uncertainty is too high, I will tend to play the most conservative option, which in this case is definitely not the raise. Okay. By the way, about my grinds, I didn't play much all them since I got roasted in the World Cash Game Championship. I had one of my worst run. Like I lost 10 buy-in straight. Yeah, man, it's nothing I could have done. I think I could have played better for sure, but I would have still lost. Yeah, and I made like absolutely insane fold. We should probably review some ends. I did a video about it, but it was in French. A7. That's actually really close. I cannot fold that, but I think I might jam. There's only 27 blinds in the pot. Yeah, I really don't know about that because he needs to raise barely lose. Yeah, I'm gonna call. I'm not sure he's there. Yeah, I don't have the simulation. I should check on wizard. Yeah, that's a fold. It's very close. Usually the way I'm gonna play the spots is if there is a smalls, I have a weaker hands, so I can re-raise. But this size has to be quite big for people in general. 6-5 I'm gonna limp. So in bomb pot you usually have limping range. And people are very passive in this pool. Like Winamax is honestly probably the best site in the world. But it's like absolutely impossible to access from outside French. And this is actually, it's probably the site with the highest security in the world with PokerStars. They're like super strong, and I had a friend that worked there explain me all they have, like they have software that other sites don't have. It's really like a strong site. I mean, obviously a lot of sites have weakness. Okay, don't jam for 53 blinds. Interesting. Poker 8. I'm gonna play off pots. And I don't think he has a set. I think a set is taking a little bit more time. So that sounds to me like ace 10. I think jacks also takes more time. Yeah, he has like ace 10 of spade, 100%. Oh. Okay. Wow, what a nice start. So as you see, sometimes, I mean, anyway, I would have just jammed my hand all the time. I'm not gonna fold that. As you see, sometimes I'm gonna free bet that actually very big. I will explain why. Sometimes you're going to analyze timing, but wrongly, and that's okay because when you do timing analysis, I summarize it to be more right than wrong. Surely. Obviously depending on the potters. The reason why I free bet Queen 5 house, and you can do this in this format, is because most people open this sizing with the weaker region. Once they have like 9s, they open bigger. And the thing is, most people will just not defend accordingly to what they should, because depending on your size and what's in the pot. So it's actually going to be a reliable move, and they also don't have 4-bet bluff at this stack size. So because it's a smaller size, you can actually 3-bet like a lot. Because of the splash pot, obviously. Don't start 3-betting Queen 5 off. That's bad. King Jack off. Probably gonna fold. Yeah. Probably gonna fold. I'm quite happy about the monitoring, by the way. I playing fight this since few months. Got happy to have finished the course, which was extremely long to do. It's really one of the always the toughest thing to do. I mean, I did one for the live. That took a lot of time too, but this one was something else. Anyway, 10x suited. I'm really proud about what's inside. Okay, pocket queens. I'm gonna 3-bet like 3x here. Should be okay. Might even be like a little bit bigger to force folds because the rake is like 10% something. I got invited into a live game in Dubai. The rake was like 10%. It's like 10%. And I was like, ask, what's the cap? He said, cap? What is a cap? I mean, why do you invite me to a game? I literally take 10% of my world money every time I win. I mean, it's higher than taxes in France. I mean, it's like, it's unbelievable. Anyway, now as I said, I didn't play much. I have like way less interest in playing poker, honestly. Started business in poker and also one outside. The one outside takes me like a little time. It's mostly poker university, my main focus. But yeah, I just pocket queens. I have to check call. I don't like this spot much, but I kind of have to. I think I said I get bored. It's just like I think I did my time. Like 2026 is my 10th year. Like I played 10 years, and 10 years with 26 is a lot. It's a lot. So I kind of want to move on, and also like all them is just dead. Like when I record this video, Cohen, I'm not all them is dead. Oh, that's not what I said. I think there's a lot of spaces, a lot of sites, a lot of issues. Absolutely no issues if you play 1k less. Obviously the volume is queens are gonna fall. Obviously the volume is less. It's like smaller than before, of course, but still, I disagree with people saying poker is dead, especially if you play like 200 NL, 400 NL, 500 NL. Maybe 1k it's a little bit different, but still 1k is okay. But yeah, I think for like 5k it's just, I mean, it's just dead, which is okay. We just need to accept it. But I remember when I played, I was playing GG5k, like the last 3 months before it closed, I was playing it like every day. And I was in early days when it closed. And at this time, you could play on GG, you could play on Coin, you could play on other sites, very other sites with volume. You could play on apps, save game for the stakes. And now it's impossible. Coin Poker increased the rate. GG, don't even think about it. Apps, too much. I mean, there's a lot of great games for sure. And many players winning long term on apps. But I said I'm not gonna bluff against two players, low stakes here. I'm actually gonna bluff. Didn't see the river forward on the turn. Yeah, just no 10x and no flushes, so you can just push and they're gonna fold very often, especially when the check us fast. Yes. So where can I play? I can play live, but like where? Commerce? I played in Commerce in LA. And it was a great spot, and I ran quite well. I won like 90k in a month or something there. So sick. I did the vlogs to do like 0 to 100k challenge in a month, but I couldn't record the ends. So dumb. They are so dumb. I could have made so much views. So yeah, I actually did record the vlogs. Never edited it because I was like, I don't have the ends. Probably not gonna be that interesting. And I spoiled the results. So maybe one day, who knows? If I have like a very good content assistant. I'm looking for editors, by the way, for my Instagram contents. I have one already that I'm going to use called, I don't remember the name, Monetary Media or something. But it's still great to have like two options, especially for the longer format. So yeah, just cannot play high stakes anymore. Like it's finished, and you can still play of course, there is some traffic in ACR and everything, but I don't want to battle and like just play once in a week when there is a fish at like 40k now and selections. Like it's just for me, it's a lost of time, so I don't want to do it. If I'm gonna call, but yeah, maybe GG will come back, but actually will never come back. I had some insights why they removed the game. I think now I can tell you. It's because they had issues with regulation in Korea and it was not declared well enough. I'm gonna raise here, like a small size, just so he can call ace king and fold it later. And because of that, they had to like change with the chip system. That's the only reason, actually. It was not even for the rake or anything else, which is sick. I have my sources. I trust my sources. Anyway, yeah, I like the click here. So you can jump, but like I'm just gonna flip against over pairs, and I just want to like let him dust with like air balls and stuff. Yeah, so I thought it was a great time to stop. But as I always said, if you still want to play like up to 1k, I mean it's completely doable. It's just that it's what I teach in the mentoring too. Is poker changed, and so two things. First thing is poker changed in a way where you need to play multiple sides. Like you cannot play only one side anymore. That's finished. Because the table selection you're gonna have is not like before, because the win rate of Rex decreasing. So what you need to do is be very strong on table selection. And the second thing where poker changed, the way you learn, and that's one of the reasons I did the mentoring, is I think right now there is too much content. Like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, content was very valuable because if you had an information other people don't have, it was valuable. But now, like, there is so many YouTube channels, trading sites, they have like tens of thousands of videos. Like, there is just content absolutely everywhere. And the worst part is, if someone is doing a course, you can find his course for 20 bucks. So, so like everybody can have all the content. So what's really worth for me is guidance. Is like removing uncertainty when you play. So like, oh, I have a questions, or I don't know what to do in these spots, and have people will can help you on that, answer that, and close to instantly. And that's why in Poker University we have one of the thing you get access to is you have a group with only you, and we are 6 coaches, and all the 5 plays 1k NL approximately, and they were all coached by me before for at least a year. And you can ask any hands you want, send any hands you want, ask any questions, not hands. You can ask hands, but like you understood what I wanted to say. And yeah, and you have access to the course that's released every week, so you can have access to the content, working on it, and just have like a very short, like still like some content to to watch and digest, but you have like a full plan over 9 months, and yeah, that's about it. And I think it's really what's the most valuable, because you don't really need a community. I mean, yeah, like 6 years ago, I think when I started poker, I didn't have any people around, but now you have all the Discords. There's like Know You Poker Discord, there's Bena's Discord also quite active, a bunch of other ones. So like, it's easy to connect with other people. So I don't think bringing community is as much valuable as before. Yeah. So this is the first point, and the second point is I think group coaching is actually not optimal. If it's more individualized, you just improve way more. It's difficult to do one-to-one individualized because it's a good format, but expensive usually. But if you can have access to instantly a group of coach who can answer your questions, answer your hands, telling you what to do, and you can send an unlimited amount of hands. Every time you have a little uncertainty, you can instantly kill it. And the problem with like training sites, so like most courses and stuff, is like if there is something I have a questions on, or like I'm not sure, they reach to, when they have an answer. And it creates more and more uncertainty, and this latent uncertainty um, impacts your memory and impacts the way you're going to learn things, and it basically makes the improvement slower. For example, if I have poker hands, I will talk about it for sure. Because it's like, no, it's kind of like low action. In memory, we use this latent uncertainty concept a lot in competitions. It's been a while I didn't compete, but I'll still talk about it a little bit. Because, so the way you memorize images, you link to, and if you don't have pre-linked in your brain, like, okay, if I see an animal, it's going to be linked like this to the second images. You don't have pre-link. It creates a little bit of uncertainty. And a little bit uncertainty plus a little bit uncertainty in another thing, plus a little bit uncertainty in another thing, creates a lot of uncertainty, and at the end, it's too much uncertainty to remember things correctly. And without pre-link, basically, I cannot hit world record and stuff. And when you learn, it's basically the same thing. If you can remove the time between something you're not certain of and the answer, is how you're going to improve the most. And this is from my experience over the years, coaching like 100 people, etc. And yeah, that's about it. So you know what I introduce. The price is in the low 100 per month. It's like 170. It starts at 170. And we have to select people, obviously, because it's individualized kind of, and we cannot have like 200 people popping out with answering hands and stuff. So yeah. And if you want to have like any more informations, just click the link in the description. Yes. I'm in Dubai right now. Well, nothing special. I plan to play some PLO games, but I didn't find like any interesting one. I won the last one. I was like ridiculous. I won like 10k super fast, and started like asking me if I had stuff in my pocket. I was like, bro, I'm just running good. Let me lose some. Well, I actually would even more, and then I was kicked out of the game. That's funny. I'm not really kicked out, but like cannot really play back in there. But there's gonna be a casino actually opening in a year, and it's gonna happen quite fast. Yeah, I think the games will be quite good at first. I'm even thinking about doing like a staking team or something. I'm going to bet ace 4. I'm gonna fold. Jack 10 of club. I'm gonna bet very, very small here. Just gonna play small job. I think it's the best line. Because I can call by the weaker holdings, and facing small, he's gonna raise a queen. And we might think we don't want to do that when we have Jack 10 of club, but the thing is, when he has a queen, he's often gonna have king queen, for example, ace queen, and I'm gonna be dead again this hand. So like my outs are not as clean as you think. And so often kind of better to just play small, accept the fold against the queen. But if it goes twice, very high chance you're gonna push the river and it's gonna fold. It's a difficult spot to call, and like small, big presents like ace queen aces a lot. And I don't think people are calling enough these spots. I don't remember data specifically for these spots, but I don't think it's called that much in this line. I think like free quarter should be called enough. But okay, interesting. He takes 3x. I'm gonna free bet a little bit more smaller. I think I know this player. I'm gonna free bet here. I'm gonna do 20. He's not gonna jump. Yeah, I know. The reason why I know is because he tanks so long pre-flop, and in Russian cash splash, when they have like tens don't tank like this, they crazy. Okay. And I have so much content to publish. I have like, no joke, at least 100 videos that I can publish. Just need like some basic editing. So I will get back to like at least one video a week. I will try to do 2. I really have like so many content. Also, I have so many hands from the championship. I can review them. A lot of YouTubers propose me some feats. So I'll get back into the game 100%. Bucket 4. You can call against 3x. Not the best, but that's fine. A6. I'm just gonna play check and let him bluff with like high-low hands like queen 6 or 9-8 off. I think people don't know that like when they have 9-8, they cannot like check bet like all these type of combos. So I would just check and hope he's bluffing. As I don't think against block he's calling enough the king X region and queen I region anyway. So yeah, I mean I'm probably not taking any money against this type of hands. Maybe a little bit, but I just want to take money out of the weaker region. Okay, king 5 this is gonna be a fold. Okay, pocket queen's going to open. Pocket queens I'm gonna bet half pots, and pocket fours I'm gonna fold. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm just playing PL a little bit. I try to play way less. But I play today on a new. It's crazy. I got access to like a private Malaysian club. Clubs just like all fish. I rarely see this type of clubs. But yeah, I won a little bit in PL yesterday. Jack 7, I'm gonna call. He bets very fast for half pot, which I think is like committed ends, which means he has like a stronger hands. I think weak holdings not gonna raise this size, so I'm gonna raise 10 and try to let him call. Yeah, I mean even if he falls, I don't think I should call this spot. I think he has often a hand, and the truth is like nobody's bluffing enough these spots. They don't have enough like lower pocket pairs or like lower two cards that hands I put into triple barrel, for example. And I think I just gain more money like check raising bet against a decent hand. If he bets smaller, it's different. Maybe I prefer check call, but again, the size check raise is probably mandatory, I think. Pocket 7s, gonna play check call. And on the turn, wow, you know what this hand remember me? Okay, this is for people who knows me since a while. If you remember this hand, just put a comment. I will raise just for the to celebrate this hand. So I play this exact spot, absolutely exact board, if I remember correctly, in 5K against Jejoli Pulsar or something like this. And I'm gonna check with 7s. I could bet 10% though, but I don't want to face a raise. And let him take money with his bluff, because I do believe he's gonna check 2 pair, and yeah, it's better. Jack 10 here if you bet small. I'm quite excited to come back on to YouTube and do the videos, and really doing it this time, because I'm too much said I will come back. Just like not possible. Gonna bet small on queen 6 8. Can check also. I'm gonna check here. I really like the long tank because I feel to check a bit more, and now I have like a perfect overbet. I'm gonna do like 15. He might call though, because I think he knows me. I don't remember who he is, but usually when people don't know you, just fold all the time. And this guy's gonna fold like 100%, because every hand can call at least think the reverse. So easy spots to bluff from the way. King 10 on the ace, one of the best cards for me to overbet with my specific hands. You probably prefer to have the 10 of diamond to unblock call and folds, but it's not gonna change much anyway. And I think I have too much uncertainty to put the free barrel, so when people don't know you and you're not sure if you're gonna free barrel, and you think he's not gonna read that your overbet is going to be more value oriented, just don't care, just overbet. It's fine to do this. Nobody will understand that you overbet just to have more fold equity. Sometimes it's better to do 3/4 too. He's tanking for a while. Okay, so when people tank for a while, and you do the small size, usually small free bet sizing means you're gonna face people who are having more timing tells because there's more easy decision. He might not have tens. He might even not have jacks. I don't think jacks tanking for so long. Just gonna have ends that either close to call or close to raise. And this is a situation like Jack 10-5, where usually you have more jams when the shoot is on the Jack. You can go you can do some all-ins, less against side jacks, mostly against button and cutoff. But my hand is good to put in the big size. However, because of the way he played, I think checking is better, because I want him to bet the weaker region, and I want him to bet the turn. with the weaker pair, because if he arrives with pocket sixes and goes check, 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 there's a high chance he's actually gonna fold all the time. So what I want is telling him, look, I have ace king or ace queen, just bet you like pocket six, and anyway, if he doesn't bet pocket sixes on the turn, I'll just jam, he's gonna fold. But if he has ends like a7, ace8 suited, for example, a close region, he's gonna bet on turn, he's gonna fold against the raise, and that's what we want to do. And here, I think jamming is better. I'm just gonna jam. Because he might have like a little bit too much 10x, and I feel we can make 10x fold, and we have so much equity anyway against like king 10, queen 10. And in case he has the air region, we can just allow him to fold. And I feel like a lot of players, but maybe not on this board, but basically in the data, people bet too much to turn after check, check, check. So you have a lot of interest to put your value in the check raise on the turn, compared to just blindly c-betting the flop. And that's why you need to link data on turn to flop plays, because if, for example, on the turn, just play too passive in this line, like they don't call enough against raise, like just have too many weaker hands, I can just play everything as a check raise, actually, even weaker holdings, depending on the spot. Actually, I raise the small size. I'm gonna bet the turn like pots, just try to get called by an ace. I should have raised bigger. It's not a theoretical size, and ace 3 is gonna make some calls. I just have the best a6 to raise because I have the ace of club. But the sizing is a bit off on the flop. I should have raised bigger. Pocket sixes, I free bets. Get called twice. So remembering me a hand I played in the championship with sixes. The ball was like 9-8 deuce. And I bet, I got click, call, turn 7. He bets, I call, river like blank, check, jam, call. And I bluffed. No, he jumps the river, I called, and it was like breakish theoretically. I'm gonna check. Nice. I think he's bad enough to call the all-in, so I'm just gonna raise like, not all-in, just very big. He's gonna snap call on ace. I know this Winamax fish is too much. Ace 8 off. Ace diamond 8 off hot. No, he fold. Okay, maybe it's sizing slightly too big. I don't know, they're usually quite curious in the spots. Like, Winamax fishes are probably the weakest fishes you can find, to be honest. I think for the next videos I'll just get back to the G. So, H3 against 2x, that's borderline. To fold against any bigger size. Jack 8 facing this size, I'm gonna raise directly. He calls, turn is a jack. I'm gonna bet very small here. Yeah, I just think when I bet big and big, I'm just getting called by better only. So I just try to represent like aware hands where I bet small and very big after. And sometimes people, yeah, it's what I want to say. Sometimes regs understand I don't have a jack much and actually lead or raise the pocket queen stance region. That's what I want to do when I have these hands. I want to bet small, value the weaker region, getting bluffed and getting raised by the region that will call the bigger bet. That is the strongest. Probably gonna raise like 38. Just trying to get called by something. You need to raise very small in these spots, like they just don't call enough. Yeah, and sometimes they can even bluff. So my goal in these spots is to let them having the weaker region as much as possible. But I don't think checking the turn leads to anything positive in the spot for me. So better to bet. But if I bet this on sizing, like people won't call enough. For sure. That was the reference. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the video now. I hope you like it. As I said, if you want to have any helps in your game, check the link in the description. Apply, see if you get selected, and see you for the next one. Bye, guys.